For me, the purpose of breeding beta is for commercial, but in the reality, breeding beta is not only for commercial purpose. Breeding beta is also about hobby. Hello beta lovers, what's up everybody and welcome to my video. Today I'm going to talk about the plans for 2022. We know that 2021 has passed with good memories and we will start a new story in 2022. I'm sure in 2022 it will be a great year for beta lovers. By the way, I have some plan in 2022. In 2022, I will breed some beta such as Koi Nemo and Cooper Betta. Honestly, there's not too much change about my project in 2022. But definitely in 2022, I want to try to improve the quality of plakat beta form. I know that improving the quality of plakat beta is difficult and takes a lot of effort. Therefore, I'm not just going to do that. And because breeding project really takes a long time, so to avoid boredom, I will also do another project, namely I will breed multicolor halfmoon. Although the quality may be still not good. And why I will try to produce more multicolor like Koi Nemo, because based on my observation in 2021, the color of Koi Nemo is the type that is always high in demand in the beta market. So for commercial purpose, the Koi Nemo is the right choice to be produced. Generally, adult beta with good quality can be sold $50 while young beta with good quality can be sold $10 My target every month, I will produce 10 to 20 adult beta with the best quality. And I will produce hundreds of young beta with good potential of quality. And if you ask me why I produce so few beta, my answer is, I'm a beta breeder who really doesn't care about the quantity because I'm aware that the availability of beta feed that I have is limited. So I produce beta in limited quantities. But even though the number of beta that I produce is very small, I always try to produce good quality beta. And what is called good quality beta? In general, the beta must be healthy, good character, have a form that in accordance with the grade criteria. And today I want to show some beta. This is a very young generation of Koi Nemo. They are about 2.5 months old. There's a slight orange on its body, but overall, this beta is still dominated by cellophane pattern. In 2022, I will be more strict in selecting beta. Some low quality beta I will give to the flower hunt. And by the way, I don't sell reject fish because I will always try to give the best to my beta buyers. I predict in 2022 will be the year for multicolor plakat, but in a better form. In 2022, there will be many beta breeders from Indonesia that produce multicolor like Koi Nemo and fancy beta with good form quality. The best of beta form will coming out in 2022, especially for Koi Nemo and Fancy. But don't forget, for the Avatar and the Black Series beta will also popular in 2022. By the way, if you are looking for big caudal plakat or SMPK beta, then buy from Indonesian seller is the right choice. But remember, we also need to understand the basic of quality knowledge about beta. Therefore, we will get the right beta fish. Okay beta lovers, today I also want to show the female beta that I use for breeding beta. This is the female beta that I use for breeding beta. This female is dark color. Then this is the male beta that I use for breeding. This is black cooper SMBK. And I will also breed Koi Nemo. This is a female Koi Nemo. My plan is I will breed this beta with black marble HMPK. And this is a dark color HMPK beta, but I prefer to call it black marble. My advice, if you want to breed HMPK beta, choose beta that have a balanced caudal. Besides that, choose a plakat with a big caudal, so you will get big caudal beta generation. I think plakat big caudal is more interesting and not only beautiful but also rare. By the way, if you often fail to breed beta, don't be sad. Breeding beta is an activity that is not difficult, but to do it, we need to learn slowly. Please note that sometimes I also fail. Some beta sometimes are not matched. But for me, the key to success for breeding beta is to keep trying. The more you try, the higher the chance of success. For me, the purpose of breeding beta is for commercial, but in the reality, breeding beta is not only for commercial purpose. Breeding beta is also about hobby, but we need to know that the commercial goals and hobby must be balanced, so that the beta fish hobby can be sustainable. Breeding beta is an experiment. We can produce beta that are unique and unexpected. Even some of the new color patterns are the result of crossbreeding. I hope in 2022 there will be beta with a new color pattern. And the rumors, glow beta will be popular in 2022. Have you ever heard of glow beta? And okay, beta lovers, if you have a question about beta, you can write in column comment. And finally, thank you so much for watching this video and see you in the next video.